Well, I'm excited.
What's up? It's Roy and it's Sunday, July 19th. I haven't done a garden update in a while, so I'm going to go ahead and do a quick run through, show you how everything's going. But before I do, I fertilized it already, and as a preventative, I do this after I fertilize every week. Try to do it on Sundays. I spray everything with neem oil. This right here is just plain old soap and water. This will work for aphids. This right here, neem oil, prevent worms, leaf miners, spider mites, stuff like that. So I spray this once a week on the leaves, regardless if I see them or not, because it's better to keep them away than wait until they show up. This right here is my BT. Now this stuff, if I see anything on the leaves or my plants, I will spray this immediately and I'll just skip this. So you want to use BT if you see the bugs already on the leaves, the worms, the holes, everything like that. Now, in addition to that, I had problems with earwigs and roly-polies. So I started using this. Now this was my last resort. I tried everything else first, but nothing worked. I put this stuff down and this works like a charm. This got rid of all my earwigs. I still see some roly-polies every once in a while, but they're not eating my plants. And when I go and show you my plants, you'll see the difference. There's no holes. And I actually have seedlings that are growing now that were getting mowed down before I started using this. So this was a lifesaver right here. This is my arsenal now. Keeps the pest away. All right. What keeps them healthy is my nutrients. I started adding some of this in addition to my weekly feed. I do this about once a month, and that way it's not low on nitrogen or potassium. All right, let me go ahead and show you how my garden is looking. My corn over there is getting too tall. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I planted it over here because when I tried planting some outside by the wall, they were getting eaten and they were dying. Planted them in here and they're growing healthy. So I just don't have a solution for it yet, but I'll think of something. I might have to transplant it into one of my buckets over there and put it outside. This right here was the one that had spider mites all over it after I got back from vacation, so I wasn't here to take care of it. But the tomatoes are ripening, so once the tomatoes are ripe, I'll just pull this plant out. Over here, I found one cucumber. We already picked it, and then this is just from a week right here. Got some more growing, and I'm not sure how these are pollinating, but I'm not doing this one by hand, and we have some more growing, so that's good. I did have some leaf miners. Now this is the damage that leaf miners will do, so that's why you have to spray every week regardless. If you don't spray, this is what will happen. Now look at the difference with the new leaves. Like this is how I want to keep them. So when I'm gone, I don't spray, and then this happens. It doesn't take long. All right, check this out. I had to reroute my pumpkin vine over here. I think I'm gonna go across and then go back down to the other side. And I've got new pumpkins sprouting everywhere. This one I pollinated by hand. If I don't pollinate it by hand, they are dying. So I am getting out here when the flowers bloom and hand pollinating. Check it out. This thing is huge now. I'm not gonna knit it. This thing is pretty strong. This is a 170-pound twine, and I've got that holding up on my vines. This right here, I don't know how many pounds it is, but how large do pumpkins get? We'll see. And this is a 170-pound twine, so it should hold it. We go down here. This I planted from seed. This is a zucchini. So I just threw some seeds in here, and I'm gonna do that again this evening because I have space where nothing's growing, so I want to plant more. So there's a zucchini that I planted from seed. You can see my my seedlings are surviving now. They're not getting eaten by earwigs. This I believe, is a watermelon, and it's just now producing flowers. So should have some watermelons here pretty soon. I planted these from seed. They survived, and those are bush beans. Same thing as these. Now here is what happens when you have, I don't know what they are, leaf miners or spider mites, whatever. They just eat holes through the leaves. So this looks pretty bad. This is what happened when we were gone for a week. But it is still producing. I've got more beans down there. We just saute them with some butter and garlic salt, and they taste great. Alright, so I showed you a pumpkin here. Now I have a couple different types of vines over here, and I'll show you the difference over here. I figured out. Now here's one I pollinated by hand, but the difference between this vine and this one, I don't know what this is yet, is the stem is a lot longer. So the stem's longer and this one's a little bit more round, and I'll show you a different one if I can find another one. You'll see the stem's not as long as the other ones, and it's not as round. See? So it is a different type of fruit. I just don't know what it is yet. My basil, we are starting to pluck these and dehydrate them, and then we are putting them in our jars for seasoning. Planted these from seed, bell peppers. So I got 2 of these going. And here's my other tomato plant that is ripening now. And then here is my jalapeno plant from last season. And I've got some jalapenos here and on the other side somewhere. Now this is dill. I planted some dill because we have the pickling cucumbers over there. So we're gonna need dill when we can and make pickles. So when I mess with this, come out here and move it around, get it all over, it makes the whole garden smell like dill. Thyme over here, I don't really know what to do with thyme, but I planted it. And then we've got some cilantro here. It's really delicate right now. I just watered it, but it pops up when the sun comes out and it dries up. Now, here's a carrot. You can actually see the carrot sticking out of the ground right there. So that's doing good. I had got another carrot over there. I planted carrots over here. I thought they died because, like I said, the roly-polies and earwigs ate all of the stems off. So I went ahead and planted some beefsteak tomatoes. Those are taking off like crazy. So now I've got carrots and tomatoes together, which I didn't plan on doing. So I may have to transplant my tomatoes now. We are using this on a daily basis now. Lettuce, we make sandwiches, salads. So this is doing good. And you can see there's not very many holes because we've been spraying it. And then I planted more spinach. I pulled out the other spinach because it was bolting. So I planted one. I need to plant more seeds right here of different lettuce and spinach, because we are definitely going to go through that. We have a lot frozen already, but that is something that we do use. I've got another basil here. I put it here because I didn't know what to do with it. I planted it from the ceiling trays and we had room. Over here we still just cut this off, dehydrate it, put it in some seasoning jars, sprinkle it on some salads, green onion, and then we've got onion chives. We do the same thing. We just chop it off, put it fresh in a salad, or dehydrate it and put it in some seasoning jars. Now right here, I thought this was a parsley plant, but it's not parsley because I chopped some off to use it one day and it tasted like celery. So this is celery. I forgot we planted this. And we've got another one over there, but we can start using this pretty soon. It should get much bigger than this, and then we can start plucking it off. And I like getting some celery and dipping it in peanut butter. Alright, over here I planted, we planted some more peppers right here, and I don't know what happened to this one, but that one's looking good, and that one looks pretty good. And then I transplanted my strawberries, and these are doing good, but it's not really branching out. I thought this would grow like a vine everywhere, but it's just staying in one spot, and it doesn't produce many strawberries. What it did produce, we ate already. All right, that's it. You know, that's my garden right now. I'm gonna go ahead this evening and put some more seeds down and fill up the space because we do have some room, and just get more going for fall. But look at that pumpkin. That thing is getting huge. So I'm just gonna let it be. I've never grown pumpkin before, and I wanna see how strong that vine is. And if I have to, I'll just add some more twine, but look at how strong plants are. I mean, I think it will even grow stronger as it needs to be. But our first pumpkin, that'll probably be done before Halloween. So I'm pollinating more as we go, and we'll have our own pumpkin this year for the first time for Halloween. All right, guys, that's it for this week. So everything's looking good. I'm happy. I will put some more seeds down, and I'll show you what happens in a week or two. All right? Stay safe, stay healthy, and just keep on prepping.